So before I begin, I just want to thank you for having me here today. And due to these difficult times, it's so unfortunate to not see you in person. And I do see expressive concerns regarding of our loyal customers' inappropriate t-shirt requests. Now, as the CEO of both T-shirts for you, our main goals of our company is to ensure the best interest in both employees and customers. Now, when answering one of your questions about how I would deal with this particular situation, I have provided a solution before in hand. So here I like to call it the To Educate program. This is similar to our company name For You, and this is like To Educate. So the two here is requires two steps involved. The first step is to have educating opportunities for higher profiles, customers, and the second step is to educate our employees for better customer relationships. So in terms of requiring our solution, I will also explain about the key concepts involved. And that includes first, the customer retentions, second, business ethics, third, employee management, and finally, opportunity costs. So when we're talking about customer retention, here in my solution, the first step is to provide free opportunities to educate our customers. And that can be special events, particularly for these higher profiles. So these are great events to build trust and also great opportunities to educate our customers of our brand goals and promises. The second step of our To Educate program is to have better customer relationships. So that is including educating our employees for positive mindsets and developing a rapport with customers. So when explained by rapport, here I have a Venn diagram to show that. So let's say you have me as all the attributes that I have included, and then there's you on the other side of the Venn diagram of all what you would like. So when report, we have the thing that we have most commonly interested together in the middle of our Venn diagram. And that can be used for mutual trust, understanding that all parties involved have the other best interest in mind. So this ends up highlighting a common interest, just like seen in our Venn diagram, and establishing a mutual feeling of friendliness and empatheticness. So when we're talking about these customer mindsets, we also want to make sure to have customer service mindset. So this could be stated in this particular quote, where every interaction is a moment to shine. It's important to demonstrate that through the speaking in other customers in person, over the phone, or online. And this can be evident when handling complaints, inquiries, and requests. It's very important that employees have a positive customer mindset, and when we're talking when they're talking to a particular customer, and that is to making sure you keeping your promises and always making sure the customers have your focused attention and they have the right to expect. Now, when we're talking about customer retention, it's important to talk about the business ethics involved. Business ethics is a specialized study of the rights and wrongs where selling and business decisions are based on the truth, honesty, integrity, and behavior. So within ethics, we also want to consider the ethical problems are problems of choice. Now, what happens when we don't have business ethics? This leads to poor representations of our company. So let's say if we do end up selling these t-shirts and we do end up providing these t-shirts to the particular person that asked for, this leads to a bad reputation for those who might be truly offended, like our employee, for example. But let's say if we do end up not selling the t-shirt, this is also unethical on our part because this person particularly asked for, we should have been in the progress of providing them at this point. So within this particular situation, this solution that I provide, the To Educate program, is very beneficial as it can help to educate both employees and customers so that they understand our customer and our company brand values. When we're talking about business ethics, it's also very important to keep in mind of how we can manage our employees, leading to the third key concept, which is employee management. So part one of our solution that we previously talked about how we should educate our employees through on customer relationships. sometimes this not be enough for reinforcement. They might be understanding of this particular idea, but they not be willing to put that in effort. So an effort to make sure that this is implemented is there's a part two in this solution, and that is to provide a benefit plan, and that I like to call it the total reward system for managing our employees. So here I have the steps to talk about how we can provide these total reward system. The first step is to have an assessment. So assessment, we can see, evaluate our current rewards and also ask for employee input. And that could be such as focus groups and benchmark surveys. The second step involved is the design. So within our drawing of the steps, the second step of design, we want to consider the compensation. So whether once they do end up trying to help and create trust and build that initiative, we want to compensate them so that they feel more encouraged and to do it the next time when they talk with another customer. We also want to consider the environment. So when we provide a good working environment, they help to understand their values and recognition that they are very important factor. And we also consider them very dearly important, just like our customers. And the last step of our step diagram is the execution plan. So that is whether this is eligible or feasible and what are the outcomes involved. So now we have talked about the employee management steps involved. In a way, this employee management of the total reward system helps to really attract employees, really motivate and retain employees, and this can definitely be used as a competitive factor. So in an overall aspect, this can help to ensure employees to build strong customer retentions as they build trust and understanding of our business value, and same with our customers. So now we have talked about employee management. We also want to discuss about the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is defined as the value of the next best alternative that must be given up or sacrificed in order to obtain something. So opportunity cost is equivalent to opportunities lost. So here I have a diagram to show that of how this works. So opportunity cost, let's say we take in consideration of the cultural appropriation, we might lose or 20% revenue of that customer. So that leads into option B over there. But let's say take into consideration of an option 1A. Let's say if we take the 20% of the revenue, but we will lose potential customers due to the loss of reputation over time as people realize how we don't consider the cultural inappropriation of this. Now, when we talk about opportunity costs, using the solution that I have stated about the 2Educate program, this can be really helpful to reduce these large opportunity costs that surrounds this unethical problem. So that's how we talk about opportunity costs through this use of that diagram called the PPC curve, or the production possibility curve. Now, I do see expressive concerns about the major risks of pursuing this strategy, and then what are the benefits of this. So one of the risks that could be potential in this strategy is the large sums of corporation expenses to really fund these educational programs. Now, I understand this could be a huge sum, and this could be a risk in terms of budget deficit. However, there's a huge opportunity and benefit to this is that through an economic standpoint, this can really increase the spendings that result in a better productivity in the future of our company. So through this diagram, as you can tell, let's say if you do increase all the spending for employees and as well as customers, this leads to a shift to our aggregate demand through our supply and demand diagram. This can lead to better product quality in the future as more people require the demand for our products. This also leads to better reputation for employees and customers as they understand that we both equally value them just as much as one as the other. This leads to a whole idea of the PPC curve again through this as we expand outwards, having better economic growth in terms of our company. So now I've discussed about all the 4 key concepts of how we can use customer retention, business ethics, employee management, and lastly, opportunity costs through the solution of my 2Educate program. I hope you can consider these, and I hope to hear you soon. Thank you.